No, I watch that every so often. You never just fall asleep to Two and a Half Men on TV Land, and then you wake up the next morning at Golden Girls.
No. I don't watch really any TV Land, to be completely honest. I usually, if I'm going to fall asleep to something, it's either Big Bang Theory on TBS.
Yep,
So then I wake up to like,
American Dad.
yeah. Or I'll fall asleep to a basketball or a hockey game on TNT and it's Charmed the next morning. That's a common one. And, it's on a streaming service. Well, Friends, Seinfeld, one of those.
I've been big on recently Young Sheldon.
I've never watched it. Do you actually like it?
It's like, it got me hooked. It's kind of weird.
Okay.
Got me hooked. What I found interesting is here's your fun Young Sheldon fun fact, because that's what everybody needs in their life.
I can't wait.
So, do you remember in Big Bang Theory the lady who played Sheldon's mom?
It's the same person. She plays mom in the show too.
No, doesn't
No?
actually. It's a different person. Her daughter actually plays Young Sheldon's twin sister.
Okay, I thought the mom plays the same mom in the show in
No.
the Young Sheldon.
No.
All right.
Because the Big Bang Theory mom is from Roseanne.
Right.
But it's not her in Young Sheldon.
It's not. My mom loves Young Sheldon too, so she's always watching it, and I thought I heard that woman's voice.
Well, how about that? The Blackhawks scored a goal.
If you just talk the shit out of them.
Fuck those Blackhawks.
Do they have any players left that are allowed to score goals?
Seth Jones is still on that team for another 35 years.
35 and a half years, yeah, just about.
All right, let's get this party started.
We're
up in her. We are here, episode 354.
Yeah, that's
waiting for it to scroll down the bottom.
As it says, scrolling on the bottom, we are back, just like it says.
Just in case people didn't know, we are back.
Right.
What was it? The Hangover. We are back. We are back. We are back. Was that the first one?
I don't remember that in the first Hangover.
There's something that they did. The guy from The Office said that. I think it was.
Oh, it does sound like him. Yeah. No, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Steven and Van are here. Danny going to join us in a little bit. Had to take care of some business.
It is.
So we'll get into the Giants in a little bit. Yeah. We might as well start off with a little puck talk.
There he is.
We can still start off with a little puck talk. Finn, are we Bo leaving? See what I did there?
Maybe.
Oh, Jimbo Boeheim's stepping down finally.
Retiring after 95,000 years of coaching service.
How long has he been the coach?
47 years at Syracuse.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, wait, Krzyzewski finally retired? Should I not coach you?
He only got one championship. College is so crazy like that.
Carmelo Anthony's only championship ring in his career.
Wait, that was the only one?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't remember him winning any other.
No old school Big East ones, like when they were.
I'm not counting that. I'm talking about national championships.
No, I know. I'm saying like they didn't have one where it was like fucking Ewing. Ewing obviously didn't go there, but like that era.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. You remember right?
Only one.
Yeah. Okay.
5 appearances in the Final Four.
Okay.
10 Big East regular season championships, 5 Big East tournament championships.
Okay. It's kind of.
It's interesting. The years that he won, he only won Coach of the Year in 2010.
Why the hell 2010?
but he didn't win it in 2003 when they won the championship.
What seed were they when they won that championship?
Now you're asking too many questions. Did it matter? They had Carmelo Anthony. They were winning no matter what.
I know, but like, if they were like a 6 seed, he's not going to win Coach of the Year.
You know, it's interesting. They didn't even win the Big East that year. They were a 3 seed in the
Okay,
East,
that's
and were an at-large bid. Ready
Right.
for the most pathetic thing about this entire thing? Oh, never mind.
I think the
We're
one
getting into it.
championship is the most pathetic thing.
No, I just realized.
Yeah.
Can we bet on the Big East tournament since it's in the New York?
Probably not.
Probably not, right?
I wouldn't think so, but I don't plan on it.
Did you guys see that?
I didn't even know it was still a thing.
Did you guys see that 2 states might legalize gambling on WrestleMania?
Colorado and something else. Well, WWE has a deal with DraftKings. They do
That-
things. They have like single game bets that you can't do like gambles. You can't like bet. On
They're
like,
literally, but they're now, but they are literally contemplating real betting.
That feels like a terrible idea. I could have
I didn't click the link. I should have clicked the link, but it really
know.
caught my eye. I was like, what?
right. I don't know what the odds would be. I could have bet every dollar I've ever earned in my life that Cody was going to win that Rumble, and I knew we knew it. Everybody knew it.
And Steve, you remember when Krusty the Clown lost all his money gambling, and he thought that the team that always loses to the Globetrotters was going to finally win?
yeah.
So someone made a meme of, man, I thought Gable was finally going to beat Roman Reigns.
Just bet on Roman Reigns. I mean, even besides the fact that the story writing has been predictable historically,
It's basically
Somebody knows.
it's basically the Daniel Bryan.
but somebody knows who's
Storyline.
going to win.
What?
Somebody knows who's actually going to
Yeah,
win.
that's what I mean. Like,
Like-
what if Triple H just decides to like make even much more
Yeah.
money and just
Yeah, just
Here, you win because I just put $10 million on you.
right.
Well, they're gonna sell the company soon, so all those guys need to make.
I
their-
thought they were supposed to sell the company a month ago.
yeah. I thought it was supposed to go to Saudi
happened?
Arabia. That was fun.
Saudi Arabia.
I don't know. Anyway, back to the question, Vincent. Believing, like we said before we went live, like there's so many. Like the games are just.
The games in hand are annoying, but they are technically because for the longest time, while they were points wise in a playoff spot, points percentage wise, which is really all that matters, they weren't. Now they are. Now they have a better points percentage than everybody below them, except for Pittsburgh. So they're technically the last wild card seed. If Barzy can get back relatively soon,
God only knows what's really wrong with that man.
I know he could be, it could be a fucking serious knee injury. And also, somebody else tweeted today. They made a good point. If Pajot doesn't come back soon, they're gonna run Bo Horvat into the ground.
Well,
Because he's
Pajot's
taking all the
supposed to be
important
back.
phase off.
They're thinking. They said he's not traveling to Pittsburgh for the
Right, he's not
one-day
going to
trip.
Pittsburgh.
He's not going to go to Pittsburgh. He's not going to do the one-day basically road trip. But he may come back either Saturday or travel with them to the West Coast and be back for one of those games.
One of those games.
He's basically considered day-to-day at this point.
Right, which is good, but they need.
But
Yeah,
you
they
can't
need somebody to
take
take these
Hudson
face offs.
the great Hudson Fasching out of the lineup.
That was a kick. It was absolutely.
100%. Evan literally goes, "We finally got the call back for Vanek. We finally got the call back for Vanek."
The literal translation, Danny. I don't know if you saw it, but the literal.
No.
A shot was coming, and he moved his leg into line with the shot, and it
Lifted
hit him in
his
the
leg
shin.
to try and knock the puck down, but it went into the net instead.
Right, like he was trying to put his leg in the way of the puck, and it hit off his leg and went in. But it was a kick. He was kicking his leg. So, I'm mildly believing they played very well last night, even though, but again, only won by a goal, and it came down to the end against the team who had played the night before. So it wasn't the most encouraging thing, but
So
We're
here's the
getting
thing: the one thing the Islanders have sucked at the most this season
But
has
are they
been
in a
being
playoff
the
spot right
rested
now?
team. Yes,
they are
right now
technically they are the 8th seed right now.
no.
By
They jumped.
points percentage, they are. By points, because they have more points than Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh has played less games.
Right. Technically, they would play the Hurricanes right now. Because they would be the number one wildcard team.
According to points, but the Penguins have games in hand on them with 1 point less or something. So they're in one of the wild card spots.
But the one thing the Islanders have been horrific at this entire season has been being the rested team and getting blown out by the team that's exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Like last night was the first night that they actually showed up. But like the most interesting stat was last night was the first night they gave up a third period goal in 9 games.
Yeah.
Like at one point it was like 13 straight goals for the Islanders in the third period. And that includes a game they got blown out by Boston.
Right. That whatever 6-2 game.
Right. They scored the only goal in the third period that game.
Right. So I mean that's encouraging. Goalies have been doing their thing.
Listen, if you could find a way to get into the playoffs and avoid Boston in the first round, you can. And Sorokin gets hot and stays hot. You can go on.
Well, that's the thing. That with this team, the difference between this team and the other team, and like the conference finals teams, the goalies didn't have to get hot. They just had to kind of do their thing.
They just had to stop the puck.
Right. They didn't, because none of the three of them, I guess, well, I'm not counting the Leonard year. So Grice, Sorokin, Varley never really got hot. They just,
right, because you never really played one guy.
No, they've been switching the whole time. Sorokin got,
in the playoffs was Sorokin was hot versus Boston, so he played Boston. Varley was hot versus whatever the other team was, Pittsburgh. Or no, Sorokin was hot versus Pittsburgh. Varley was hot versus Boston.
and Varley was hot versus Boston. Yeah. And then, I don't know, I think they both played against Tampa. But they would have to, literally steal games with this roster. But, again, Barzey's a difference maker. They're not going anywhere without him.
And ESPN made it clear yesterday, everyone's talking about, how boring the Islanders are, but that's their game. They play defense in the first period. They wear you down. They make you frustrated.
Right.
Now they start attacking you in the second period.
ESPN
they have the lowest
hockey.
Well, it was on ESPN Plus.
They literally have one of the lowest percentages in on-man rushes than the New York Islanders because they don't go after on-man rushes.
It's like the Giants with deep passes.
Pretty much.
Right. You wear them out with the short game, and eventually, guess what's going to open up? That deep ball.
Yeah.
So,
it's just I'm glad they're at least competitive. It can end horribly, like it has a tendency to do, but I'm glad they have gotten back competitive at least.
Also, Bo Horvat does not lose faceoffs. He falls down, and the other team wins the puck in the tie-up, but that's about it.
He actually doesn't. He's not the loser of the faceoff.
He makes Franz Nielsen look terrible at faceoffs.
But again, if he takes all
of
them in the third period now, he takes.
Oh my god! He literally went to get off. Devin and I literally were watching him try and skate off the ice at one point during a whistle with less than 2 minutes left, and we laughed because you saw Lambert be like, "No,
you have to just stay on. At least take the face off and then leave." That's so they need Pajot back just to do part of that.
You know what else?
Brock is pretty good at face-offs.
You know what else I found interesting in the game was that a lot of times recently it's been him and Casey on the ice at the end of the games when they're up a couple goals.
In case one gets.
But last night I noticed Brock a little bit more. Also,
like I said, he's fine on face-offs. He's been doing it too.
I
Not
don't know. You
recently,
put two of them,
before
and
they
then Zach Parise plays 4 minutes straight to end the game every night.
Him too. Zach Parise's been a godsend. I'll be honest. That dude for the $900,000 they're paying him
this season.
He's just a maniac. He is always hustling. He's just throwing his body in front of shit.
Can you imagine if the New York Islanders had like 2007?
Well, that's the thing. I like this version. Also, I mean, I like this version of Zach Parise. They like if they were gonna sell anybody, which I don't think they would have sold him. He probably has a no trade clause. But
no, he doesn't.
No. Because I know they gave like some of those 1 year guys a no trade clause when they were doing them. Like I think Andy Green had one when he kept coming back for 1 year.
You'll never believe this, but at the age of 38, Zach Parise has 76 block shots on this season, and it's his career high.
I'm not because that's his role now. He's a maniac.
He just lays on the ice. He's just like,
I'm just gonna retire.
Yeah,
like,
he
went 38 years old, guy.
He got bought out of his last contract, so he got a big lump sum of money at one time. He could have just retired and not had to block all these shots.
Love the game, baby. Love the game.
But he's a maniac. I love him.
See, the funny thing is like people wouldn't want him back next season. If a
No,
lot of Islanders are like, oh, we could fill that spot, blah blah blah, younger guy. But if he's willing to keep playing on a no money contract like he is,
for what I've seen from him, if he's gonna stay on these $900,000 contracts, he can play as long as he wants. Yeah, because he doesn't need to like.
He knows his role is a third line winger and a penalty killer.
Right, and the hands are kind of gone, but I mean he's got like 10 goals.
He's still
good for a third liner.
For that, right? For the spot he's playing, it's fine. Yeah, he can stick around pretty much as long as they were talking about it. He kind of insinuated that like he gave the
this year, by the way.
16.
Wow, fam. Shortchanging your guy.
He insinuated like, oh, I don't know what the future holds.
More passing touchdowns than Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
more goals than Russell Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Tied.
Russell Wilson, yeah. He has 10 less assists this year, but 1 extra goal.
Okay. Well, the season's not over. He can get 20 this if he gets a little hot here.
Get a little hot, go into the playoffs hot, just score 2 goals a night.
Let's go.
Play some defense. Cup finals.
2007 Zach Parise comes back.
2012 Stanley Cup Finals. Zach Parise coming at you.
His career high was 45 in goals.
Was that
08-09? No, in New Jersey.
No, it was in Jersey. Wow.
That's when Devils were still good. Well, they're good now.
His high in Minnesota was 33 in 14-15.
That's not bad.
Also, 2 of those were game-winning goals this year.
I guess the answer to the question is yes. I'm slightly believing Bo Horvat leaving.
So let's see. So Pajot will come back. You take Otto out of the lineup because he's pretty much like a one-shift guy.
At this point, right? So then,
how many games does that guy play? He still doesn't have a goal.
He stinks.
Not
Kyle Parise, not Kyle Palmieri in the playoffs.
Kyle Parise.
You're
gonna put both of them together?
Yeah, I mean that'd be great. That'd be a fucking great player.
You're gonna just fuse them together?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Listen, you give me the Parise, Palmieri, Pajot line in the playoffs.
Well,
but it's probably gonna be so on a healthy roster. You add Barzell, right?
Mm-hmm.
So your first line will be Lee, Barzell, Horvat. Second line will be Brock, Palmieri.
I don't know who's with them right now. Parise, right?
England, the new guy.
Oh, right. Okay, so
he'll probably be in the second line.
Probably goes down with them, yeah.
And then your third line
Parise,
is going to be Bailey, Pajot.
with Parise.
Because I'm assuming because they said Cal started skating, so I'm assuming their plan is that he gets in a couple games towards the end and hope he can stay healthy for the playoffs.
They've been saying he's out for the season. I don't know.
They said he started skating last.
Parise with Pedro and Bailey, and then Fashing with Martin and Casey on the fourth line. But it's not a bad roster. How many? Yeah, Otto Koivula played 4 minutes and 35 seconds last night. I mean, he's hardly even on the ice.
And also the kid they just got only played one shift in the third period, they said.
He got an assist out of that somehow.
The kid they just traded for also, he only had one shift yesterday.
He only played 12 minutes yesterday. They were saying it was
it's a system thing. He's still getting used to the system. He's not used to the guys. And honestly, Bailey played well, and also Scott Mayfield took a shot from the point, and I told Devin I was going to go stand on the train tracks if they win it, because Bailey, Hudson, and Scott Mayfield scored goals on the same night. Like,
it would have been
Buffalo just shut down operations.
Honestly,
we didn't get their number one goalie though yesterday.
I don't know if that's true or not. We got their goalie who has started the most games. They're carrying 3 goalies.
Rotate.
They're carrying 3 goalies right now.
It's got to be a rotation, right?
Well, they have 138-year-old Craig Anderson as on one of their goalies.
Still in the league?
Yeah, he's 41. I know. No, he has the best save percentage of all of them, though.
Ukko-Pekka Luukko-Laka.
Yeah, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen started last night, and the other one is
Clearly, Mike Comrie's
brother.
Or Mike Comrie reincarnated as Eric.
Right, but of them, Pekka Luukkonen has the most starts, but I think the worst save percentage. So I don't know who their starter is. I'm assuming it's Craig Anderson when he's not,
Well, here, who played Monday in the loss?
I think Craig Anderson.
So that was what it is. So Craig Anderson started on Monday.
Right.
Craig Anderson started Monday, and he wasn't even dressed
yesterday. Why are you carrying 3 goalies?
Because Craig Anderson, when he plays a game, they need to then, not dress. He needs to be in a suit in a hotel room.
137 years old.
They need to put him in the cryo tank for.
They have Albus Dumbledore in goal.
Listen, we were just talking about Parise wanting to play with no money. Craig Anderson, I bet you makes less.
He probably doesn't make a lot.
I have yet to play that game, Vin. I literally was about to put it on, and then Nicole comes walking up the stairs. I'm like, God, seriously?
Apparently
Snacks is addicted to it.
It's good. I got game more where you're
like Harry Potter is.
Yeah, you're at Hogwarts, but it has nothing to do with the people in the movies or the books because it's like 100 years before they were born.
Right.
But it's good. It's fun.
Currently playing under a 1-year, $1.5 million.
Wow. I played a little bit more of it, and I just didn't recently because I went to my dad's this weekend. I haven't played in the last week or so, but I enjoy it. It's good.
I heard it was good. I didn't play it though. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's not your thing.
Yeah, it's not your thing.
I'm too busy beating Spider-Man for the 85th time.
I did beat Miles Morales again. I haven't played.
I think that'll be my my kill a lot of time while the baby is around before Mets.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
I got 2 weeks, so I'm gonna be pretty busy.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, gonna need it.
Oh, baseball season is right around the corner.
Speaking of baseball season, Ronnie Mauricio just broke up a no-hitter.
Attaboy.
Weird.
So Tommy's getting his wish that Peterson's most likely going to get a starting rotation spot because of Quintanilla, right?
I mean, that was predictable.
Yeah. This has the Mets puncture. This has Tyrod Taylor puncturing his lung to get him off the list. Like, you get a stress fact. Who's ever heard of a stress fracture in your ribs?
It had happened a couple times recently.
You actually want to laugh? When I was diagnosed with cancer, I apparently had a mass on my rib, and I didn't know it broke it. I had no idea I had a broken rib. So Hopefully he gets that healed. Obviously, a different scenario from me, but
hopefully it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, they're like, I'm like, how did I not feel a broken rib? And apparently it was like literally fractured a little bit, but yeah, crazy, right?
Very crazy. Chris Sale had one last year, they said, and missed a good amount of time.
Sale has had every injury you could.
Yeah,
I know.
He makes Jacob deGrom look like Max Scherzer. Oh no,
Chris Sale
Scherzer's been.
I guess Chris person.
Sale is literally like you open up the medical book and they have him as the picture of
somebody else had.
Remember when he got an infected belly button because of a belly button ring?
Chris Sale?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I love the Chris Sale jersey story. It's just.
Oh yeah, when he cut off the jersey,
he got traded from the White Sox because he cut the sleeves
and then he
on the white.
Threw Adam LaRoche's son out of the locker room or something.
Yeah, cool guy.
Guy's a maniac. Why were we getting no hit by Nicaragua? That's a little concerning.
I'm guessing we weren't trying, and half our team is not.
Who's
playing.
pitching for Nicaragua? That's a great question. Nobody I've ever heard of.
I thought we were playing the Astros tonight.
It's like a split squad.
It might be a split squad. The no-hitter game is against Nicaragua.
It's nice to see Patrick back at the Garden, even though Georgetown's terrible.
Lorenzo Cain announces retirement.
That was coming.
Hate to see you go, psych.
But more importantly, Vin, did you see who got on at bat today? Your boy got his first spring at bat. Nelson Cruz
got his first spring at bat. Where has he been?
Probably just got signed today.
No, he had signed like 2 weeks ago. Guess what team he's on, Danny?
Someone told me in my fantasy football chat group. Somewhere in the West. San Diego.
San Diego Padres.
See, I'm going to call bullshit. Why is Steve Cohen and the Mets like, oh, the Mets are so bad for baseball. They're paying literally everybody for blah, 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 blah. But the Padres...
Because they're paying guys a lot of money while they're paying Nelson Cruz a minor league deal.
I agree with Danny. Do you know who the owner of the San Diego Padres
is? Not a
clue. Not a hint. Couldn't pick him out of the lineup.
The city of San Diego owns them.
Right. Ron Burgundy couldn't pick him out of the lineup. I don't know who owns the fucking Padres. But they're spending just as much money as we are. Nobody's asking their owner. Nobody's even asking their GM.
Vin, I can't wait for opening day when you send a video of the brand new the scoreboard.
I'm gonna be sitting right.
You're all gonna be blinded. You're all gonna have to wear sunglasses.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's gonna be hovering over me like a fucking helicopter. It's gonna fall on me. I'm a little worried. Peter Seidler.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know who that is, but now that you bring it up, they were talking about him on a baseball podcast. The Jared Carrabis one. He has some weird connection to like, I don't know, the Dodgers or something.
Makes sense.
How about this? Are we all excited for Darren Ruff in midseason form yesterday, going 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in his spring debut?
Yep, can't wait.
There's no way, like
he can't. There's no possible way.
This is like my like. I like the World Baseball Classic, but this is where I don't like it. This is where all the kids like Beatty and Vientos and Mauricio, they're gonna get so many more extra bats where we're gonna be like, this guy has to make team, this guy has to make team, this guy's
for sure.
Well,
Beatty has to make the team.
Beatty's the only one with a spot.
He has to make the team.
Not technically.
He's
the only one with like an available position spot.
Oh, yeah.
What they really should do.
You could argue Vientos because he's played third also. So you could argue Vientos over him because he could play third and first and left, where Beatty's only played a handful of left.
Well, Vientos just has to hopefully find a way to hit more because he obviously didn't last year.
Buck said yesterday he wants to get Canna in at first base a little bit.
That's interesting.
Well, he said that because he's going to be your everyday fielder.
Yeah, but we also have, our number one pinch hitter is the first baseman, so there's 2 first basemen.
Who is our backup first baseman?
I would say Hoagie.
Vogelback, right?
I mean, he can play.
Or Ruff if he.
I don't want him on the team. We all know that.
I know.
So apparently,
I don't
Aaron Boone has also, speaking of roster issues, Aaron Boone has said he would like Stanton to play right field from anywhere from 40 to 60 times this year.
And I've been saying that for years. But he never stays healthy.
He literally traded for him and said, also, Robbie Cano went 1 for 3 with a home run today against the Lions.
He's the Dominican team's first baseman.
Yeah.
Like starting because
you sent me the
Vladdy got hurt.
Clip today.
Oh yeah, Rumi Tejada too. That was I think he's Colombian.
No, Panama.
Panama. That's what it is.
That's why he's playing.
Yeah.
Mario Rivera and him.
What the Mets, need to do is I would give Tim LeCastro his rough spot and just keep your speedster on the roster the whole season. So then the bench would be him and Vogie.
And Guillerme.
And Guillerme and Nito. And that's your bench. Well then, Brett Beatty. Oh yeah, Brett Beatty is playing third base and Escobar's DHing. And that's the team.
Well, Escobar is going to apparently, they were playing Venezuela, I think next is our next, or Colombia. Where's Escobar playing?
I think he's
Venezuela.
Oh, he's Venezuelan? Sorry.
No.
So we're playing them, and he's going to play, he's going to start a couple innings at third, and then they're going to move him to left field, because their plan is to play him in left field a bunch.
Why? Who's their third baseman?
Frankie Lindor in a Gatorade energy drink commercial.
Venezuela World Baseball Classic.
What commercial is he in, man?
Fast Twitch Gatorade energy drink. Fun. Kittle and a female basketball player that I do not know. So we will be seeing that commercial every night for the rest of the season.
Wonderful.
Jose Altuve is their.
Okay, so here it is. So they have Jimenez is probably going to play second or short. They have Luis Arias
and Glaber,
and they have Altuve.
So Glaber will probably be the third baseman.
Yeah,
that is such a stacked line.
Oh, they have Eugenio Suarez too. So they have like third baseman better than him. Okay, well, and he's got to play the outfield. But their outfielders are Ronald Acuna Jr.
Well, that's why he's got to play outfield.
David Peralta and Anthony Santander. So Escobar isn't starting on this team.
I'm sorry, but Salvador.
Well, Miggy's a DH. So no, he's not. He's not playing.
I just hope everybody that is a New York Met just stays
healthy. On the bench.
Just hit when you're supposed to pitch decently. Don't die, and just don't get hurt.
What's interesting is that Jeff McNeil made the USA starting lineup, but Pete is like sitting on the bench.
He's not even pitching.
I don't think he made the starting lineup.
Well, Goldschmidt.
They have Goldie playing first. That's why.
But Jeff didn't make it either.
When I saw a starting lineup, Jeff was playing.
Yeah, I saw the same thing. I saw Pete DHing. I saw Pete DHing. The one I saw.
Also, I'm looking at the USA roster right now, and they have Jeff McNeil listed in the outfield. So what does that tell you? Also,
I think Mookie's playing second base.
Also, more importantly, bench coach Jerry Manuel. Let's go.
Keeping it gangster with Jerry.
I hope he's bringing that out every time they're on the practice field.
What a name.
Yeah, Tim Anderson's playing short. Oh, Trey Turner's playing second.
Yeah.
And Nolan's playing third, and Goldschmidt's the first baseman. So Jeff's on the bench.
Yeah.
And Pete's the DH, I think.
Yeah, I'm assuming Pete's the DH. I saw Pete was the DH.
They haven't really made the lineup. All they said
for Britain or whatever that game is on Saturday, I think. That's what
they're playing Great Britain. Lineup. Wainwright is starting. The only one thing I saw was they said Mookie's going to lead off. I'm assuming he's
makes sense.
Playing right field, leading off. Trout's in center. Kyle Tucker's in left, I guess. And they have Schwarber too. So it's either Schwarber.
Oh, wouldn't Bregman be the third baseman? Is Bregman playing?
No.
I don't think he's on the team.
He's not on the team.
I'm just throwing a random third.
No, yeah. Nolan is the third base.
Oh, okay. Duh.
Yeah.
You happen to know that Milwaukee beat Great Britain.
Real Muto is behind the plate.
Right, obviously.
Their rotation stinks, though.
Well, yeah.
It's just the Cardinals' rotation, basically.
Literally, no one wants to
No.
pitch. The Cardinals' rotation?
100. No, it's 138-year-old Adam Wainwright starting. He's our ace. And then it's Lance Lynn and Miles Mikolas. So it's Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn's on the White Sox now.
But it's basically spring training, so they're all going to pitch a couple innings every night anyway.
Right.
There is nobody on this Kingdom of the Netherlands roster. Kenley Jansen.
Somebody's. Didn't they use the?
No.
Have like
you're thinking of Carousel, Finn.
Oh, they have Bogarts.
Am I?
They have Bogarts.
No,
Didi.
yeah, it was Bogarts and Jonathan Scope and maybe and Didi. Yeah, we're
Didi. Simmons is also in there.
Right. I remember them having like a bunch of shortstops around the infield last time.
Andrew Jones is their bench coach.
Andrew Jones. What about is his son? I guess his son's American, right?
It don't matter. You and me could be on Team Italy.
It's true.
Could be on Team Israel. And we would all start.
Great Britain.
There's no British people.
Gil Morris is on Great Britain, Vin.
Right, we went over this.
The great former New York Met great.
Team Japan. Darvish is playing? Oh shit.
Yeah, he had a bomb from like his knees the other day.
No, Yelich is not playing.
Not Ichiro. Otani, Steve.
Oh, I know one of them did.
Yeah. Darvish.
It would be pretty awesome if Darvish did that.
Wouldn't it? I think he hit a home run before.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, so number one thing from the World Baseball Classic is for Puerto Rico to lose as soon as possible. Because I feel like that's the biggest between Diaz and Lindor, that's our biggest problem.
We need Puerto Rico to win literally 10-0 every game.
Or either blow them out or lose. I don't want
or get knocked out in the round robin.
Yeah, get knocked out as soon as possible. No, I don't care if they blow everybody out and go the whole way. Get knocked down as soon as possible. I don't want to deal with it. Or let his brother be the closer, and that's fine.
That ain't happening.
I love how they made a big deal because he called the team and was like, I would like a locker next to my brother.
Oh, also Stroman's on the team, so lose as soon as possible, please. Thank you.
I hope they all get.
Although this team is very good, so they're not gonna. How many Edwin Diaz's do they have?
It's like John Smith, I guess.
There's a shortstop from the Astros named Edwin Diaz who's on their roster. So our Edwin Diaz is named Edwin O. Diaz on the list.
It's like in college when there's like 10 Martins and then you have to go by initial, and the second guy has the same initial, so it's like J.A., like the first two letter initials in the first name.
Okay, so they have Javi, Enrique Hernandez, Kike Hernandez, Lindor, Eddie Rosario.
They actually showed a funny video with Kike because it was they were playing the Red Sox today.
They played the Red Sox.
Yeah, I guess he must have changed in the Red Sox locker room. So he went walking into the clubhouse like the dugout, like all buffed, ready to kick everybody.
Team USA starting lineup right now they're playing the Giants, and Betts is in right field, Trout in center, Schwarber's DH, Goldie at first, Arenado at third, Tucker in left, Turner at short, Real Muto at catcher, McNeil's batting ninth and playing second base.
Okay. It's possible Tim Anderson's just not there yet. I thought I saw he's going to be the starting shortstop, and Turner's going to play second. But either way,
I guess.
Any update on Justin Turner's face?
Broken.
No. Okay, last thing on Puerto Rico. I promise. Yachty's the manager. I'm rooting against.
Yachty's the manager.
Yachty's the manager.
Yeah, Yachty's the manager because he wants to. He already announced that next year he wants to be going to coaching.
Yeah, his brother Jose is the first base coach. Oh, Ricky Bonus he was a Met coach at some time. He's the pitching coach. I need to see.
He was the bullpen coach, Ricky Bonus.
Yeah, I mean, he was around.
16 stitches.
Juan Gonzalez is the assistant hitting coach. Love it.
16 stitches, Danny, to the face for Justin Turner.
Ouch.
Okay. Well, now that we got the World Baseball Classic stuff out of
Do
the
we
way,
think Harvey can work his way into a major league contract?
He has never given being a relief pitcher a real shot, and it's the only he needs to at least try. No,
I mean, if he wants money, he should.
Yeah,
cocaine's not cheap.
It's just like I was looking at it the other day. The only time he's really been a relief pitcher was when the Mets sent him to the bullpen.
Yeah, and then he got DFA'd the next day.
Right. He's made last year. He made 28 starts. The year before the COVID season, I'm not counting. 2019, he made 12 starts with the Angels. 2018, 24 starts with the Reds. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't just give it a chance.
Did he relieve in Cincy? Or no, they suck so bad that it didn't matter.
No, he made all his appearances were starts. He made 4 relief appearances with us in 2018, and he made 3 with the Royals in 2020.
I completely forgot about the Royals.
I didn't even know he was a Royal.
Yeah. But last year he made 28 starts, which is almost a full season with the Orioles, and he had a 6.2
That was 2
ERA.
years ago. He wasn't on a team last year.
He wasn't on a team last year, right? That was 2 years ago.
Last year he was busy trying to avoid prison.
So he should give relief pitching a shot.
I mean,
listen, he had a good 2 2/3 the other day. I would give him a shot in the bullpen for give me an inning on him. Like Danny said in the picture too, he looks probably the best he's looked since before his Tommy John
North Carolina. North Carolina, at least.
So
yeah.
I was looking at the times. All the games are really late, World Baseball Classic wise, so I probably won't be watching. Like at least a lot of our games are like 9, 10 o'clock. There are a couple like I think the Dominican games at 7 on Friday, so maybe I'll catch that. But we'll see.
I haven't watched the second of the Mets spring. Yeah, I haven't even watched the Mets spring training yet.
I only watched I've
only watched clips.
The first opening, the Saturday night game they had the first game. I watched. Everything else has just been highlights I've seen on.
Yeah, I haven't. I just been reading and watching clips.
It is, what like I said, we know Beatty's been doing well.
Right.
All the I get the updates, so I know Lindor's been hitting pretty well. Pete's been hitting pretty well. All the guys that are leaving for the World Baseball Classic have been doing all right. So I'm not, Scherzer pitched well today. Again, we said Quintana. Senga looked good. I heard.
Yeah,
the Ghost Fork was looking good.
It's been 42 minutes and we haven't talked about it yet. I'm proud of us.
Well, we didn't know how long you were going to be, so we were holding off on the start of it.
Yeah, we started with hockey because we wasn't sure how long you were going to be.
Before we get there, any
almost
exciting?
Almost had him right the whole story.
Yeah. Any exciting promotions that came out today?
It was Vin and I had this conversation that's interesting that every bobblehead is on a weeknight.
They have 2 bobbleheads they're giving away that are on weeknights. One, Steve, I meant to text you this. I think
Harrison Ford, Mr. Met.
No, the one that's on my birthday, which is a Monday night Starling Marte Black Panther bobblehead. They're doing like Black Heritage Night or something. So that's why that bobblehead's going out that night.
And they also have that hook up with Marvel, unless they don't have that anymore.
I think they do, but again, I don't. The bobbleheads, a bobblehead like that is usually a Friday night, Saturday afternoon thing.
No, it's always Saturday.
They're usually Saturday afternoons because they're the easiest to get you there early.
Right. Yeah. But then their next night they're doing a Mr. Met Indiana Jones bobblehead. There's a Lindor one.
I think the movie's coming out. That's why.
Yeah, the movie's coming out, so it was one of those.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Howie's got one too.
Yeah, that would be the only one I would be like, I gotta do.
I'm kind of surprised that they did a Howie one, but they're not going to do a Gary. Oh, I guess they did Gary last year.
Gary last year, yeah.
They did the whole booth last year.
Right. So I probably why they're doing a Howie one is because they did the 3 of them last year, so he gets one now.
Right. But I'm so over not waiting on those long lines.
We did it for what? Keith Hernandez Day?
We did it for Keith Hernandez Day. It was like we waited like an hour. And it wasn't the end of the world.
Right.
But we also we're waiting. It was the whole day. It was Keith Hernandez's day, obviously. So waiting an hour didn't feel that bad. But no, for a normal game that isn't a celebration kind of thing, I don't
see. The biggest thing that was the problem was that
give me 5 years when my sons want to do it, but
no, it's not even that. It was so hot out, so it's like we're just
right.
standing there waiting.
That's the other thing.
We were also. I think if you're gonna do it, we did it right. We went to that side entrance, and it's the left field entrance. If you go to Rotunda, I feel like it's a waste of time.
Oh, for sure.
So Lindor is on a Saturday. Howie is on a Wednesday.
Howie's on a Wednesday. That's
both those make sense though.
The Hall of Fame is the 3rd. The Alonso Glasses are Sunday.
There's a whole. Did they announce who's in the Hall of Fame this year? Oh, Howie and Gary.
Howie, Gary, Slider, and Hojo.
That's right.
Yeah. So the Marte one is the 26th. I guess that's when they're hoping he's healthy.
That's a good point. But like I said, some kind of
they are doing this towards the summer. And this one's an interesting one. It's a Tuesday night though, so I'll figure it out then. But they're giving out Mets basketball jersey.
Yeah,
and then they have the Mets football jersey in August.
One too. Yeah,
and a soccer one. They're also supposed to have a hockey one.
They took that from the Cyclones.
But I'm curious as what they're gonna be.
They showed the basketball jersey.
They just have.
They just have number 23 on them, but the
Edwin Diaz
gonna say Mets in 23, I guess.
Yeah, for the year.
Yeah, I know.
The hockey jersey would be interesting.
Yeah, they don't have a picture of the hockey one, which was interesting. Buck Showalter windbreaker.
That's actually kind of funny.
They did that with Frazier, the BP jacket.
Yeah, it's basically the BP jacket, and based on the picture, it's not going to be like a real windbreaker. It's going to be like the Cespedes shirt that they gave out a couple years ago that had the image of the chains on it.
And hopefully it doesn't have a catastrophic rain out, and then no one can get their shirts. Remember that?
Did that happen?
Or they fire Buck that same day, and then they traded Marlon Anderson on.
No, I thought that was Scott Harrison.
I believe it was
Marlon Bird that happened.
Marlon Bird. It was an obscure Met outfielder.
Yeah, he got traded right at that deadline right after, and they gave away his stuff. He was a good player for the Mets.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't at the deadline. It was a random Tuesday in August to the waiver draft.
Right, it was waiver deadline trade. You're right.
And then his promotion was 3 days.
Remember back in the day when you could make waiver deadline trades?
Yeah. Got Addison Reed that way too.
Jay Bruce.
Didn't we get Tyler Clippard that way too? I believe.
No, he was a pre-actual deadline trade.
Yeah.
He was
he was with Kelly Johnson, I believe.
Yeah, it was a couple days before Kelly Johnson. And Juan Uribe.
Cocan. The Sons of Uribe.
Love Juan Uribe.
They literally called Conforto up because of that trade because they didn't have enough players, and then they got here and they sent him down.
Right.
And then he didn't. I remember they
called him. Then he never went back.
Right. They sent them down, and then Kadire was hurt, so he just never left, and they called him back up.
That's what we need.
For Cespedes, and they did the same thing.
That's what we need.
They did the same thing when they traded for Cespedes. They're like, "Don't go anywhere. Just
right." He technically got sent down, but didn't go anywhere. But yes, we need Darren Ruff to get hurt. No offense to Darren Ruff.
That's what we need. We need to go sit in those seats against the wall and left field and hope Darren Ruff's playing left field and he slides into it like Kadire did.
And anything.
We need someone to put a glove on the stairs. We need a Luis Castillo glove on the stair incident.
Let him Jason Bay himself into the wall. I don't think he runs fast enough to hurt himself if he were to hit a wall, to be honest. So,
would he ever play the field enough to get hit?
No, I don't think he would get near a wall. They just need to figure out that he's bad. And they will.
Soon.
Even if it takes till April, through April, because it might.
Right, because you want to give Pete kind of a little bit of a rest coming off the World Baseball Classic. He may get a lot of playing time.
He doesn't need to get a lot of playing time. This is very quickly turning into what's his name? Alejandro De Aza.
Isn't it funny that he was the first guy we signed this offseason and everyone was like, "Are you fucking kidding?"
Well, that's what was the mindless, easy pickup. That's why they did it.
But everyone was like, really? That's what we're going to do this offseason? And then they waited like 3 weeks to actually make an actual signing.
Who?
The Mets. Darren Ruff was like the first signing that they made the offseason.
I thought he was just there.
That's basically
I think
how
it was like
him.
they picked up the option.
Oh, yeah, they picked up the option.
He was just there, so we just brought him in. He was like the orphan kid banging on the window outside in the rain, and we were just like, all right, we got you.
I mean, it's almost impossible to be worse than he was last year, but
excuse us when he goes ties his shoes right now, Vin.
It's like Todd Hundley all over again.
Take that back.
Well, we got some big news this week, today.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Jet.
Aaron Rodgers is probably going to be a Jet because he's out of the darkness.
Okay, let me ask you guys this, because I asked this to Devin. Would you rather overpay for a 39-year-old quarterback or give Lamar Jackson a contract and give up 2 first-round picks?
Lamar Jackson have 2 first-round draft picks. Mm-hmm. It's not even close.
Because you're going to get more years out of Lamar Jackson.
It's going to cost you 1 to get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
At least.
And it's probably going to be this year's.
The only problem with Lamar is he's been hurt the last couple of seasons.
But he's also
worth the risk.
I think the best option was Carr. Just it's going to give you a floor of quality, and you didn't have to give anything up. That was.
Did you know they have not drafted a quarterback since Archie Manning?
Yeah, I saw that. In the first round.
Yeah,
in the first round.
Like, geez, guys.
Whatever. But yeah, I mean, if the choice is between Lamar, giving 2 firsts for Lamar and a contract,
because the contract's going to even out.
The contract is pretty much going to what Rodgers gets paid.
The thing with Lamar is he should have had an agent and to help him out through all this, because he did turn down big money.
Yeah,
people are forgetting that. But there's no reason why he shouldn't have a contract though. None. So
is he tagged?
He's non-exclusive.
It's non-exclusive, so he can go negotiate with teams.
He can go ship. Yeah.
Okay.
But he can go anywhere, but whoever signs him the Ravens could either match the deal or take 2 first-round picks.
And it was fishy as hell that the 2 teams that everybody's like, oh well, look out for this team.
Mello.
Nope. Not happening.
Mello in the house at the Garden, by the way.
Why does nobody want Lamar Jackson? That's curious.
Because he's always hurt. He's always hurt. He's an injury risk every time he's on the field.
I think there's another reason that I just don't want to get into right now.
And I'm going to just call it out for what it is. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of talent around him in Baltimore. But he really wasn't that scary when we faced him this year. Like, going into the game, I was kind of, like, petrified of him. But, like...
Yeah, he was obviously
if you could keep him contained... He's not a scary quarterback.
Yeah, because they had fucking ice cream men playing receiver.
Oh, yeah, we know that story. But honestly, they should just pay Lamar money and be done with it. But I also don't like how the whole league likes to pick and choose on who gets overpaid and who doesn't get overpaid. And
you mean like the Bears safety calling us overpaying a guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He blocks
scorched by a guy on one ankle.
No, but all jokes aside, we're the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants are 2 completely different things. We like their guy. They took care of their guy. It's completely different. So I hate this non-story that, of course, everybody has to carry with. But God bless them.
Well, let's hear.
Korea Blessing Game from the Bears just re-signed, by the way.
Who?
Looks like a safety.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Well, they're all excited that he's staying in Chicago.
I mean, I'm happy he's staying long-term with the Giants, but 40 is a lot of money. But for whatever reason,
so I looked at it, and I was talking to my buddy Anthony.
19
if
million.
You look at the full details of the deal,
it's a good deal.
You're out after 2 years if you need to be.
Right.
It's only a 2-year contract. It's an $18 million dead cap and also a opt out after the third year. So you could keep him on the team for a third year where the number goes down, or have it go up to 56 of a cap hit for the fourth year. So there's a lot of options here. He's in the perfect lineup to be Archie Manning plays 3 years in college. We suck in his third year. We buy him, we let him walk, and we draft him first overall. It's like perfectly lined up.
If that's what happens, you got bigger problems.
But all jokes aside, I thought it was a good contract. Like I've been saying all along, I don't want him to be tagged because our whole off season's ruined.
Your whole cap.
So,
Isn't it ruined now though?
No, it's Daniel Jones is getting $19 million.
Oh, okay.
So next year is the big
hit.
Yeah, next year is the big hit.
Next year is 45. The year after is like 30.
But the salary cap's going to go up, so it's really not going to look as bad as and next year is also when Burrow and all those other guys get paid. So he's already the 7th highest paid quarterback now, so he'll be top 15 next year when everybody else gets paid. So,
yeah, the contract's going to look like the cheapest deal in the league when Burrow gets signed. And they want to sign Burrow this year, they already said.
I don't think he should have gotten 40, but that's what the market dictates. So God bless him. They really need to step up. Obviously, get the weapons that we need to get. And
so here's what I said.
He can't be throwing Anthony. 15 touchdowns in the season anymore.
Here's what I said to Anthony, based on the numbers. Okay. Syracuse isn't even in the fucking Big East tournament, by the way.
They have to be in the tournament, though.
No. They're not.
They're in the ACC then.
Oh, right. That's right. They're not in the Big East anymore. That's right. That makes more sense.
I don't pay attention enough. Steven forgot to. It's fine.
So I said this to Anthony. I was like, now with this deal, here's the offseason I want. Draft me a guard in the first round.
What do they pick?
25th.
Okay. You could either
so you want the guard from Florida.
I want any guard that's better than.
Well, he's the top. He's the top guard.
Yeah, but if he doesn't fall there, then I want another guard that's supposed to be a middle.
He's the only one I've seen in the first round.
Okay, so give me a guard to play right. I need a right guard. Okay. Or a left guard. You can move Gates back to center. I think Feliciano's a free agent, right?
Both of them are.
Okay. But I don't think Gates is going to ask for a ton of money, so he's going to come back.
Speaking to Gates 2 weeks ago, it seems like he's coming back.
I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. So, okay, so behind that.
And he's buying himself a house in Vegas, so
he's either signing in Vegas.
No, he's from there, so that means he's expecting money soon.
Or he's going to Vegas.
Yeah. The other thing is re-sign Dex. Give Dex.
Yeah, you got to restructure Dex. That's the biggest one. Restructure.
He's on his last year. He's got the 5th year this year, right?
So,
this is his 5th.
Yeah.
He's earned the right to go into negotiation, and I'll even go out of the way and say he's earned the right to sit out of camp if it goes that far.
Right. It's going to be you got to take care of Leo's contract and
restructure Leo.
Yeah, they got to do those 2 moves, and then Adoree would be one.
The other one that you got to look at is McKinnon. You got to figure out what you want to do with him because he's going to go into a final year of his contract, and he doesn't have an option.
Right.
2nd round pick doesn't get the option, so he's a last year contract guy.
And then you gotta start flirting with the idea for Thomas, even though you're gonna give him the 5th year option anyway. But
right, you could. This is going to be year 4, so you could pick up the option now, so you can let him know. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're
years now, so don't worry about it.
They're obviously gonna pick it up, but they wanted to do it now. They can. But
don't they have to do it by like a certain time?
Yeah, I'm getting the date, but obviously they're going to do it
sometime in camp. I forget.
It's like right around when camp starts.
It's
right?
like April, May. It's one of the April, May dates. I don't know.
They're going to be
like the optional camp things that they got.
Yeah, one of those.
So literally, the first day it's open, they're going to sign them. They're like,
they're going to say you got your option. Yeah. We're not worried about you.
It's not April, May. It might be July something. I forget.
No, that might be too late then.
So restructure Leo. Re-sign Dex. Give Dex his deal.
Yeah, extend Dex.
Extend Dex.
May 1st.
There you go. And then, so the $1 billion question, I would rather have Saquon play on the tag.
I said you play him on the tag and say, hey, we're going to renegotiate in November when it won't count towards this year.
And he should have took that deal in November, huh?
Well, you don't know what the deal was. Nobody really knows
Well,
what that deal was.
If it was rumored $12 million to be correct, it was.
Listen, we're stealing Saquon at 10.
No, that's my point. But
that's the thing.
As you see, Chubb and Henry are both on the market allegedly.
You got to realize that when it comes to Saquon, also he's had ideally 2 of 4 years were actually good.
Right.
Right.
Well,
granted, you can't count the second one too much because he tore his ACL in I think it was like week 3.
Well, it was week 2, but that was his third season. But he had 2.5 good years.
Okay, so it's like still like.
Right. I'm with you. No, it's the whole adage of like, yeah, you want to take care of your good key players, but he's a running back, and we could draft a guy in the 4th or 5th round and just be awesome.
The running back is a dime a dozen.
Yeah, I know. It's a tough spot. So,
I was like we kind of talked about. Of course, nothing's come about of the Joe Mixon rumors of him shooting a kid. Yeah, it hasn't even been anything talked about since the other night. But like he's on the market. Apparently.
Yeah, he's another one on the market. Yeah,
they want him out of Cincinnati because they're thinking about signing Burrow, signing Chase. Like you got to sign both of them,
right?
One of them. You're gonna have to sign both of them. There's no way you're gonna let one of them walk.
I wonder. They say they aren't, and I'm not saying it because
Higgins.
of the Giants, but it's going to be interesting to see what Higgins commands. Obviously, a lot.
He's not a free agent.
No, but it's next year.
Would you? Because you can get guards later
Right, that's what I was gonna say that, but I was letting you're on a roll.
Would you trade a 1st-round pick for T. Higgins? The 25th overall pick for T. Higgins.
I would have to strongly consider it.
If they say we only want this one pick and maybe a 6th.
Of course.
Throwing a 5th or a 6th for next year that could turn into like a 3 if you sign them or 2 if you sign them.
I would be hard pressed to say no. The Hopkins one seems like there's only a 2nd round and a 6th round.
I'm hoping for the Hopkins one.
For the Pack?
Yeah, that's the prevailing thought, and again, the Packers never do what the prevailing thought of their fan is, but if it is Rodgers that stays, which it's still a possibility, I suppose, then
that would be something. Him and
right, you
Hopkins,
go out
and you re-sign Lazardi McGay.
Right, you go out and
that's
get
my college roommate. Sorry, Lazard. Sorry.
Your college roommate gonna get timed by the Packers.
Sure. You go out and get D-Hop because you gotta go all in, really all in if he's gonna stay. But I'd like to get him either way. If it's only gonna cost a 2nd or a 3rd for that guy, I'll do it.
Yeah. I don't know who the Giants.
He's gonna be in New England.
I would just want the best.
The other day in New England.
I can see that.
I just want a stud player.
He's gonna go to New England to give Mac Jones the one opportunity to be a starting quarterback in this league.
I mean, now that he has an actual offensive coordinator, he should be better.
Could be.
Between that, after watching Daniel Jones the last 3 years, and then his ankle injury last year, he had no shot of succeeding last year.
So Walter Football has Jordan Addison.
Do you remember who they hired as their offensive coordinator?
My point.
No, I'm saying now.
Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, it's not.
It's better than
Patricia, but I don't know how great it is.
It's better than Patricia and Joe Judge.
Maybe not being in charge
last year
won't be as much of a disaster for Bill O'Brien.
Nah, Bill O'Brien is actually a competent offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I mean, he was the worst coach / GM at the end of his.
Well, he should have never been a GM, but
no,
that's like Mike Milbury. It's like, oh, okay,
right,
or
exactly.
Garth Snow. Take your pick. But we're here, boys. Draft season. So should be fun.
We're getting there.
know we have a quarterback.
But Finn's sitting pretty because it's like, all right, we're gonna hold the Jets hostage.
Is he though?
I'm 100%.
Is he though? Because it's either he's gonna overpay to keep
I
Aaron
would laugh
Rodgers.
hysterically. It would be so Jets that the Packers are like, nah, I'm gonna stay here.
By the way, Danny, the name we didn't talk about that also needs to be resigned. Julian Love.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Because that's going to determine the McKinney.
Right.
That determines McKinney. Because if you sign him, are you going to be able to afford? You're going to have to figure out if you're going to be able to afford both at the end of the next season.
I actually made Craig do a reel that I'm probably going to post tomorrow. It'll be out when you're listening to it, and it's about Love. So,
I was
he's in more of the camp of re-signing Love because McKinney might price himself out. So
I was kind of letting you guys go with the talk before the draft and all that. Steven mentioned a guard at 25. Danny, are you on board with that? Because it seems like a weapon.
I would prefer going more bangs for the buck, first round type of draft pick. But if that guard from Florida falls to us and his stock rises, I wouldn't hate it.
What about drafting a receiver? I don't know who's there at the bottom.
This is everything I've been hearing and reading. It seems like it's a very big slot receiver draft, but honestly, if they're better than what we have, I would consider it. Because apparently the wide receiver from Boston College, he's pretty good. And hopefully one of the guys slips.
Well, that's the thing. Like if you're trying to get is Marvin Harrison Jr. coming?
No, one more year.
You're
thinking of
Smith and Jigman, but he's going like top. I keep seeing him mocked to the Packers, so he's. But if he even gets,
you're going to be doing cartwheels if he goes.
I'd love it. Yeah, I'd love it. But I don't even think he's going to get that far, to be honest.
Yeah, basically, there's 4 wide receivers that are like, all right, if the Giants were to get him, I wouldn't be mad, type of thing. So, but they're probably not going to fall to us,
right? So that's
a trading players. So they
have a couple of corners. Apparently, I would not.
This is going to go to the Texans according to Walter Football at 12.
At what?
There are a couple of
12. Yeah. I keep seeing him mocked to the Packers with the jet pick. That's what it is.
I would be doing cartwheels if some way somehow the wide receiver from TCU fell, but that's not happening. That would be awesome. Like. He would be a guy I would trade up to try to get.
Okay.
And then Addison from USC/Pittsburgh is another name to watch out for. So, who does Walter Football have the Giants picking?
The kid out of the wideout out of USC.
So Addison.
Yeah, but what's interesting about this whole first round is so far I haven't seen the Florida guy go.
Right.
Up to 25, 26, 27. But a lot of the offensive tackles, they have... Oh, here it is. He actually goes... Osiris Torsi. They have him at a guard going at number 30 to Philly.
Right.
A lot of the offensive tackles, he has slashed guard on his mock.
So
guard... Because that's what happens in college. A lot of those guys play multiples now.
Look while you're looking. Is the tackle from Northwestern on that list? Because I've seen his name around.
I didn't see him. What was his name?
They have him.
When he tore his ACL?
Did he tore it? I don't know if he tore it, but he was a higher prospect too.
Yeah, they have him at 8 to the Falcons. It looks like, yeah.
Dorsey, yeah.
Because there was an offensive lineman that tore his ACL running a drill. And then went over the bench.
It wasn't him. I don't think it was him.
Okay.
Because there would have been a bigger deal if it was him, because he was one of the top. He's one of the top prospects.
I know I mentioned Marvin Harrison, but do we feel old meter Joey Porter Jr. coming out of Penn State?
Yeah, pretty crazy.
How many other juniors have we had coming out of college? Asante Samuel's kid is.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. I'm very curious about this running back. From Texas.
Yeah, he's good.
Because I hear great things.
Very good.
But it's just like
Like if this was 20 years ago, he would have
right. He'd be going number 1. They haven't mocked at the Lions. Why do the Lions need another running back?
That means they could trade
because
off.
they're not happy with Swift. Swift has been hurt.
I've heard. They love Williams,
but he played very well when he was healthy.
Right. I don't know.
Oh boy.
So.
Addison.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The tight end at a Notre Dame. I like him too.
He's legit.
There's another tight end though that I kept seeing.
Yeah, the guy from Houston, Kincaid, or no, Utah, Kincaid, right?
Utah, yeah. But I don't think they have him drafted.
The guy from Georgia, Washington's a monster too, but I think he's more of a second-round pick. That would be huge. Yeah, Meyer's nickname was Baby Gronk at Notre Dame, so he can do both.
Swift is a very easily cut contract. He's only got 1 year left. And it's his rookie contract.
You're not cutting Swift. You're getting a draft pick for Swift.
They should get something. 4th.
That would be really bad. That would be the Lions being the Lions if they just cut me with him.
Listen, I said they're a team. You got to watch them.
Of course. Hopefully they build on what they did last year.
Do we want them to build on what they did last year, though?
Well, for your sake.
We do. We do.
There isn't a person in this Zoom chat who beat the Lions last year. That's just a fact.
Yeah, well, that wasn't fun.
So, it's unfortunate. But the Lions were 3-0 against us. Against our group.
Oh. Well, that's because you're about to trade a quarterback that couldn't even throw 3 yards into an end zone. He kept throwing it to the wrong color jersey.
Yeah, twice he did it. The first one was the worst one. The last game, the Lions were kind of rolling, and I gave them credit. But the first one, we should have beat them.
Yeah,
last game was the playoff game. It was winning in for you guys, and you had the home. I think you were at home.
I know, but I'm saying the one in Detroit was really.
That had to be more embarrassing, though.
You
were at home.
Well,
we got the second or third win with them. We're like, oh, well, they're kind of hot.
Yeah,
right. They were gaining momentum when they came here.
And they're like, oh, and then we're watching the game. Yeah, they're hot. Fuck. Damn. It was just Hutchinson's just in zone. Daniel Jones doesn't see him.
Listen, he's not the only one.
I mean, the other one, he stood on the sideline and then picked the ball off.
Yeah, somebody else did it. He did it to the Packers. Hutch is just a ball hawk. It's just the way it is. My guy.
Like he would have been a rookie of the year.
That's what we teach in Michigan to the D lineman, just ball hawk all day.
Mm-hmm.
He would be a defensive rookie any other year, but Sauce was like a generational.
I mean, yeah,
all time.
A star corner just walked into the league and just that was it.
Shuts it down.
Yeah.
It's so insane.
Really ridiculous. Like from day one, he was just locking people up.
Look at that. AJ1's on commercials on TV now, not a podcast.
Anyway.
What else we got?
So we're going to have to do the baseball preview show next week because I am going to be out of the following week.
Oh, that's right. You got that kid thing coming.
Snacks actually reminded me tonight that it would have to be next week. I was like, oh yeah, good point.
Fucking Snacks.
Yeah, he was too
producer.
Busy.
What is?
He was too busy tonight.
Nicely produced.
This actually works out because the Islanders are on the West Coast next week, so it'll be a nice edit.
Yeah, or the Knicks.
I mean, we could do it the 29th if you want. Well, then you'll be in the thick of it.
No, I'm in the.
You're in the thick of it at that point.
He's in the. I'm not allowed to be on a podcast mode.
I know. It's just for those couple weeks. It's not.
Yeah.
They start on the 30th, right? Yeah,
something like that.
I think it's either the 30th or the 31st is opening day. I think it's the 30th.
I can't believe I spent almost $90 on the 7 line for 3 kids t-shirts. I'm gonna kill myself over that, but
3 kids.
I mean, for 3 shirts
for the gram, for the gram.
But 3 kids seems for 3 shirts. It seems.
No, I got bickered into he has to wear the same outfit. So
wait,
there's
what?
one matching outfit, and then they have that.
Oh, like fans
Yeah.
since.
Yeah, I had to get that one, and then we have
Johnny
to get a
had that
matching
one too, I think, right?
Yeah.
Johnny had that one, and then the two of them got one that matched, so they can have a matching shirt.
See, that was the best thing about Saquon getting tagged, Steven. I have the hand-me-down that your parents got me for the Saquon Barkley jersey. So he's active.
You don't gotta get a new one. Got it. When my mom orders a new one, I'll make sure she knows that he doesn't need it. He already has the Saquon.
A kid large, Daniel Jones.
Right, for the next one. Well, with that being said, I guess we got to reach out to Devin because we're going to do a baseball preview show next week.
Man, we should honestly just have Devin and Snacks
and just turn our cameras off. Just
have them
just
talk
mute ourselves and let
Cactus.
them
just
put
let
a
it
picture
go.
of Aaron Judge in between them and see what they do.
Put a picture of Brian Cashman on the screen and just leave.
Yeah. The news about Montas being hurt last year for the trade.
But we knew he was hurt.
Yeah, I thought so.
So why this? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they extended him. It doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know.
I knew he was hurt, and so they had to know he was hurt.
We all did.
Anyway.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Well, with that being said, baseball preview next week. Make sure you follow us on all the socials and all the links. There's a new thing on Anchor going on, so I got to figure that out. This should be fun.
Yeah, I got to do that too, actually.
I logged in today and I found out there's a whole new way of uploading the show.
Oh, no.
This should be fun.
This might be a while.
No, we'll be good. I'm not worried. Enjoy your evening, everybody. I'll talk to you guys next week.
Nicely produced.